Hey team, checking in here, episode 24 of Scruffy Chinwags, number 10 of Kiwis in Melbourne. You're the 10th.
Shahoo.
Yeah, boy. I don't think I've actually had a Melbourne resident on here
What?
since Rob in episode 19. So it's been a while. I've had like people coming in.
Is the whole point? Oh,
I had-
Kiwis in Melbourne
I had
visiting.
I had Smokey and a mate, and then I had American mate, and then I had another mate. The American obviously wasn't a Kiwi.
Americans in Melbourne.
I made an exception. Anyway, this is my cousin Phoebe.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Not too bad, not too bad. So, do you want to just tell the peeps a bit of your biography, mate?
Whew. Well, I'm Phoebe.
You're a Phoebe.
I've been living in Melbourne. Oh, I'm from New Zealand, obviously.
New Zealand.
From Dunedin. Been living in Melbourne for just over a year now.
Yeah.
But less than you, hey?
When were you? April.
March.
No, I think you were before me, right?
No.
Or were you just after?
Anyway.
Same time. I was in March as well. So.
Okay. Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, why am I here? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm currently working in fashion,
Fashion.
which I hate saying.
Why do you hate saying it?
I don't know, just like the stigma. I guess it's my own problems I have with it.
What do you reckon the stigma is behind it? Because like
Well,
I feel you too. Like there is kind of a weird little.
I don't know, just the
thing
word.
there.
I hate the word fashion.
Yeah.
Right?
What is it though? Like
I don't know, and it's like
it's kind. Even the word itself sounds a little bit bloody.
Fashion.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, yeah,
It's like kind of posh or like Ponzi.
yeah. I don't know. I just
Like
feel
when
like
I think of the word fashion, I think of like a high class lady who thinks she's kind of like
Yeah, that's
better than
me.
everyone.
That's me.
Fashion. Fashion. Yeah, I
it's
know.
fashion,
I
darling.
know, that's Phoebes.
Phoebe's fashion.
But yeah. So fashion. What do you actually do then?
Well, I've actually just changed my job role a little bit. So I'm kind of working in production now.
Okay.
So I work for a Melbourne, label called Cloak. And most of our stuff's made here in Melbourne. Actually out here, west.
And West.
Yeah, this is me now.
West is the best. Go check out the
I
bloody
drive
shop.
around, Sunshine,
Oh, yeah,
Footscray, Maribyrnong.
Maribyrnong.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
the
tough one, eh?
I know. Oof. Yeah, and like so, I guess I go visit our makers, their factories.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's ticking along, getting made.
Big factories?
No, like not how I would have thought when you think of a factory.
Like
Yeah.
how many people would be working there?
A couple of them are small, like 4 or 5 to 10, but they outsource work, or to other people who I think even just do it in their homes and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Most of them are Vietnamese owned factories.
Right. Classic. So you go to these places and you're just checking in on them?
Yeah, like like we drop off the pattern or whatever and the samples, things we want to get made. So I'm like dropping that off, talking to them about what we need done, when we want it, and then I go and kind of check on how things are going and pick stuff up.
So you give them orders, kind of?
Yeah.
And then they're trying to fulfill them by a certain date?
Yeah, but they
whatnot.
take longer.
Yeah, they take longer, okay.
Yeah.
What happens when it takes longer? Do you have to step in and put on your
Yes, it sucks.
grumpy Phoebe hat?
I'm not very good at it. It's actually pretty good for me, like, ballsing up a bit more, I guess.
Good practice.
Yeah, being a bit more confrontational.
Assertive.
Yeah, that's the word,
Good
eh?
word.
Yeah, because I'm a bit of a pussy, as we all know. Do we?
Everyone knows. I always talk about how much of a pussy my cousin Phoebe is. Oh, yeah. So how long you been in that role then?
Well, only like a few weeks. So I started at Cloak before Christmas in December.
Oh, yeah.
And I was doing like dispatch, so more like dealing with the stock. I don't know, like packing stuff up.
All right. Sending it overseas? Or is it
Yeah,
mainly
some stuff
Australian?
overseas. In fact, we do big shipments overseas, and then like just to our wholesalers and customers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like logistics, I guess.
You like this
me.
role better so far?
I'm learning lots, but it's pretty stressful. And yeah, I don't know, like, I just don't know about the fashion industry. I mean, I spent all these years studying it, and now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do this.
Yeah, I feel you. It's a tough one.
Sucks.
Well, let's go back to the all
Rewind.
your years studying it. What did your study career look like?
Long and expensive.
Doing the club.
Yeah. In fact, I've just got like letters from IRD saying, you get out of
Yeah, you got to dodge the bullet.
yeah. What about? Well, I left school 2011.
Yep.
Like a few years ago.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, they're bringing up the decade there,
I know. Moved up to Wellington.
Welly.
Yeah, did 2 years at Massey.
Why Welly? Was there just
They had good fashion school.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. That's
I don't know.
fashion school.
Well, I thought so. I like convinced myself that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah,
and it does have a good name. I did 2 years there, which was good, but I don't know. I got real stressed out.
What was Wellington like to live in?
I loved it, eh?
Yeah.
If I move back home, I'll probably post up there. Yeah,
post up there.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like,
what's like your favourite 3 things about Wellington?
I like the actual geography of it. Is that like it's nice, kind of nestled in the hills and like nice coastal area.
Coast,
yeah, water. I like being near the water.
Yeah.
Good like cultural vibes, like good music, and I don't know, just like has a nice feel about it, but artsy.
Yeah, the artsy.
Yeah, it's kind of like big Dunedin, mini Melbourne. I guess.
Right. Somewhere in between there.
Yeah. 3, don't know. To Papa, no.
Yeah. What about a negative?
Windy.
Yeah. It's windy here too.
Oh, I know, right?
Is it windier here?
It's fucking cold. I don't know. The wind sucks here.
Yeah, it gets cold here, eh? It was
I
cold
know.
as.
I think the worst thing is like, this is the first time I've had like a really good summer. And so I'm loving life.
Yeah.
And now I'm coming into this like depression coming into winter. Which
it makes winter feel worse.
It does, eh? And I always was like, don't mind winter, and like Dunedin's just kind of average all year round. And so I was like, fine. But now it's like living my best life, January, February, like long days, hot swimming and beers and things. And now it's like real dark.
Yeah. Well, in Dunners, it was like, if you get a good day, that's a blessing. Like,
yeah,
that's out of the norm. So
we're all at the beach,
that's a
23.
Dunner. Yes.
23 degrees, everyone's like stripping off.
We got to fucking do this. Make the most of this shit. Get the vitamin D.
It's so funny, eh?
But then here it's
cold.
It's very. The 2 seasons are so far apart.
Yeah.
Even though the temperatures here aren't necessarily that low in the winter. Like they're still. It didn't frost or anything.
Nah, yeah, it doesn't.
Frost.
It like almost does. I remember a couple of days last year, like thinking about it.
It gets,
but not quite.
It can get to like 0 occasionally, but not for long. Most of the time, we'll still have a high of a double-digit high.
We're in double digits.
Yeah, we got the double-digit high. And then summer, it's just like fucking 40.
I know.
Well, not
savage.
constantly, but.
I was actually really nervous, and people in my family were like, "Oh, you're gonna be all right in summer," and I was like, "I don't know if I can handle this," but I loved it.
Hey.
I'm a summer gal
See,
now.
I ran away from it.
Yeah.
I ran away from it, went home,
Ah.
got out of it. I'm too scared of that. I don't think I could handle that.
Yeah, but what about me? I handled it.
I know.
You just got to swim lots and just sweat.
I
You
mean,
get used to being
I haven't
sweaty.
even swam here.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
I know,
serious?
That's pretty bad, eh?
Yes. Fuck. Oh, that's really sad.
It feels like we're so far away from the beach.
Yeah, it's a mission. We did a few days we drove out and went to a river, but it's still like you need a car and it's like 20 half an hour or whatever.
You don't have a car either, eh?
Nah, we just like rented those
those.
car next door.
What's that?
It's like an app and people can just put their cars on it. So it'll be like Tamara's
it's
Toyota
like Lime
Corolla.
Scooter,
Kinda, and
it's actually someone's car.
Yeah, and you just like it's parked at a location. You book how long you want to use it for, and go. And they've got like lock boxes. Get the keys, and boom.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
because I've also seen those.
Like Go Get.
Is that the one where you just go up to the car and it's like an app? And
Yeah.
Sounds similar.
Yeah, it is, but they actually own the cars. Yeah.
That's trippy.
It's pretty good. Like, it's cheaper than going to a rental place and, like, easier, like, more convenient.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is cool as well, like, in a big city when you don't really need a car.
Totally.
But
PT does the job generally. It can
sometimes,
be. It can be a disaster. But, no, whenever I have PT problems, I'm also like, I'm kind of relying on this. So...
I know.
Who am I to kind of get shitty about this as well, though?
Yeah.
Because, like, in the immediate moment, like, you're fast thinking, your immediate thoughts are like, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? It was like here 2 minutes ago.
It was actually like me and this girl at the bus stop today. She's like, it's 4 minutes late. Like, it's not coming. Like, real mad.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, buses come when they want, man.
It's a natural reaction. But then it's like, these guys are low-key just doing the service for you.
You're like, my driver's not here.
Just expect them, yeah.
I'm not even going to tap on. Where are you?
Sense of entitlement about it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Do you tap on much? Nah.
I did.
Are you mainly on the trams or?
Yeah, and because I mostly catch it to and from work, it's peak hour, so they're not usually on there, the guys.
Yeah, right.
And I used to always be cautious and stand near a machine, but I'm a bit lax about it now, which is probably a bad thing.
You'll probably get done eventually.
No, well, I was like, oh.
See, I got done on the tram, but I didn't get fined. I got a warning.
They give you a wee warning?
Yeah.
They do that.
So I've used my strike.
Strike one?
But I've never seen them on the bus, and I pretty much always just, on Google Maps, look for buses instead of anything else. I don't fuck with the trains, though, you know?
Well, you don't really have them out here. Well, there's one.
Yeah. I mean, I do go on the trains, but I don't fuck with trying to
did you say
not
train?
tap on. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, trains.
Nah, I wouldn't do that because you're trapped once you're in there.
Yeah, yeah. Especially, yeah. I suppose if you're going from, like, out west, far out west, like, say, Sunbury, way down to, like, I don't know, Elwood or something, there's going to be no people at the stations where you get on off, but you might get caught on the train.
On the train. The only thing. But if you go out in the city, how do you guys get? You don't get the train. How do you get home like in the middle of the night? Do you taxi?
We pretty much Uber. Yeah, Dee Dee.
Yeah, she was a Dee Dee chick who picked me up.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't Uber, but she had a Dee Dee thing.
Oh okay, she has doubles. Yeah.
Yeah.
You been jamming Ola?
Oh, I'm so gutted. I forgot. You know how they're doing the $25 airport rides, and I got in back from New Zealand at night time, and I was like checking it with the 50% off thing, and it was like $60. I was like, no way. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. I just got an Uber, which was like $45. And then I think when I was in the Uber, I was like, remembered about the $25 thing. And that was the last night for it. Oh, I was filthy, eh? I was so
no way. Because I managed to get one of those. And then I just used, because you gave me a $20 off. Just used that the other night. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome.
$1.19 ride in the end. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool though. I don't think they have any other ride share apps in New Zealand. You heard of
just Uber? Yeah. I don't know, eh?
Pretty sure. And then you just got your Lime scooters popping up.
Yeah, I didn't do a Lime when I was back home.
Yeah, yeah.
I downloaded the app, thought about it, and I was like,
you're scared.
I don't know about it.
Coming out.
I was like, I'm too cool to ride a Lime scooter.
Who the fuck wears a Lime scooter?
I was like, can't believe you guys actually do that.
Okay. Anyway, we're at Wellington.
Whoa.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Did you 2 years there, studied at, what was the name of the fashion school?
It's Massey Uni.
Oh, okay, it's Massey Uni.
Yeah.
And what did that give you, qualification-wise?
Nothing. I like dropped out, kind of.
How many years would have it been?
4.
Oh, okay. So halfway point.
Yeah. Well, I just moved home and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, got in a bit of a funk. So kind of took a year off, worked.
In Dunners.
Yeah.
Back in Dunners now.
Yeah. And then the following year, enrolled at Otago Uni because I was like, oh, I want to study psychology.
Yeah.
I started doing...
Snacks.
Yeah. Shout out to the cousins. Yeah. Did a bit of that and like some nutrition stuff for a year and a half, and then somehow decided I wanted to finish my fashion degree, so then went to Polytech in Dunedin and did 2.5 years. I've studied for way too long, eh?
So how long were you at uni? A year?
Oh, Otago Uni? A year and a half.
Okay, yeah. And then another 2.5 at Polytech.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3...
5,
I've
6.
done like 6
6 years, is that? 2 plus 2.5 plus 1.5
Yeah.
is 6.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And all I've got is is a bachelor.
What's it called now?
I just got a bachelor of fashion design.
Bachelor of Fashion Design. And that's so you finished that at the Polytech?
Yeah.
Okay.
So graduated, a year ago? Oh, 2017.
Right. So you've experienced 3 different colleges there.
Yeah, I have.
What was that like? Were they all very different? Or
Yeah, definitely.
you want to point out some of the differences, similarities maybe, a bit of both?
Yeah. I guess it was different as well because I was at, even though it was spread out over 7 years or something. God, that's a long time. I was at such different stages in my life for each of them. So like straight out of high school, you don't know what you want to do.
Yeah,
And when I think back to it, I'm like, man, I was so young, and like our school was really bad for kind of like not talking about any other option apart from uni after school. And
same.
and they made you think like if you didn't go to uni, you were going to do nothing with your life.
Yeah, and you're a bad person.
It's
almost.
weird, eh?
Yeah.
Like gap years weren't a thing. Like
Yeah,
they weren't allowed to be talked about. Which in hindsight, and it
What's
was
that about, eh?
so fucked, like they make you think that they're in control of you, and it doesn't actually matter. You leave the school and have nothing to do with it.
That's it.
Actually,
but you don't realise that till you leave
It's
the
really
school.
pissed me off ever since, eh?
Same. Like no one ever tells you how much of a fucking burden a loan is, ever.
Hey.
Like, what?
Far out.
Come on. Anyway, fuck high school.
Yeah. Anyway. So Massey was pretty big and like quite competitive. And it was my first time like mingling with, North Islanders and stuff.
They're a bloody weird bunch.
I'm a humble gal. I've got, small beginnings. I want to say off the farm, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But and everyone's a bit, I don't know, it was just interesting. But it was also like so much fun because you could do whatever you wanted, like, because I was like moved out of home.
Sense of freedom.
Shit, yeah. And we were like living in, it wasn't really a hall, we got put in flats. And so you like live in like complexes kind of. So
was that through your uni?
Yeah.
They put you in the flats.
That's how they have 2 like hall things, but they're self-contained. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you'll cook and stuff for yourself.
Yeah. There's a couple of those in Dunners as well.
Yeah. Which is fun, like just stay out partying and
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it. Anyway.
All sorts, yeah.
Yeah. And then like going to uni or also I guess like studying a design arts degree is way more like practical, hands-on. Like you're in classrooms, your lecturers know you by face and name and stuff a lot more, I think.
Was the weeks like 9 to 5 every day type thing for that? Or
Yes. Oh, you'd have breaks sometimes, but classes were like 2 or 3 hours long. You were like in a class. We might have like 9 to 11 and then 1 till 3 and maybe 4 to 5 or something.
what was an example of some of the classes you did?
So you do like a sewing class, which is actually construction, pattern making, which is I don't even know if people know what pattern making is. It's like
I don't.
Yeah, so
Enlighten me.
it's actually like drafting the patterns. I don't know how to explain it. That clothes are made out of. So like, a t-shirt, it's actually like drafting the shape of the different pieces that get sewn together.
Okay. So if you use like your denim jacket as an example,
So if
how could you?
you would like, you've got like a front. It's really weird to try and explain. You'd have like a pattern piece for a sleeve,
Okay.
pattern pieces for the collar, the pockets.
Right.
So it's kind
So
of
you're
like,
separating it into segments, kind of.
yeah, it's almost like if you think of an architect drafting like a house or something, you're drafting clothing. Because I always say pattern making, and I wonder if people think I mean like designing a pattern.
Yeah. I feel that.
Because I guess that is the same thing. So that's kind of like your technical stuff.
Yeah.
Your
Sewing,
drafting.
pattern drafting.
And then you'll have like a design class, which will be more like coming up with concepts, ideas, and like more kind of like, artsy shit like drawing. And then like a history paper or something, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
something slightly academic.
That was the general vibe of fashion school then.
Yeah. And then going to uni was like, forgot that I hate studying. I hate sitting, like, some people, or like my brother, Seamus, he'll sit in the library. he could sit in a library all day and study and just like read and shit. But I hate that.
Yeah, right.
Me and my friends would
Need
all
to
just,
go get out.
I don't know. I
and
need
about.
to I like learn by using my hands and actually like doing stuff. I
Experience,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah, not just like reading books. And it was interesting though. Like I learned a lot. Because I did all those like health side papers,
Right.
which was cool.
You probably also learned that you don't like doing that.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much,
yeah.
Which is a good thing to learn.
Mm-hmm. And like, I like sitting in a lecture because it's interesting, but I don't know if I'd actually want to learn that way, like taking notes and all that. I don't know.
Mm. Well, you know, I reckon the best way to learn a lecture is not by taking notes throughout the whole thing, and definitely not by just writing out the PowerPoint.
How
as you
funny
go.
is that, eh?
What?
Especially because you can always get the
Just
PowerPoint.
get
And
it
everyone's like,
after. Yeah. If you want to write out the PowerPoint, do it after. I mean,
Yeah.
I still don't think it's really great form
Yeah.
of study, but I reckon you should just be listening anyway in a lecture
Yeah.
because
But
it's
they-
like a performance, isn't it? No,
yeah, I
in a
guess so.
sense.
But some of them are so much information, it's like pretty intense.
But then you can backtrack and go back to the PowerPoint.
True.
And normally that acts as a reminder of certain
Yeah,
points
well,
of
it
the
should.
performance.
Especially good lecturers who will have good key points on their slides and then we'll talk about that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but then some people are just literally reading off the slides. So it probably depends on your and what you're.
A lot of my music lectures didn't even have PowerPoints.
Yeah,
It was
that's
just
cool.
them
From the
talking.
heart.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to sing a song.
Anyone else want?
Yeah, so I don't know about uni.
And then Polytech.
Yeah, so then I went to Polytech, which is almost like going back to high school because especially, so I kind of came in at the end of their first year because I just wanted to do like a refresher. I don't know, I felt like I was a bit unsure and a bit out of the game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like, you know, there's only 15, 16 people in your class and I don't know, the tutors kind of treat you like babies, but then some people act like babies, so I don't know. But it was a whole different, they kind of like spoon feed you a bit more.
Big classes?
No, I just said small.
Oh, sorry. I was meaning for in comparison. Like
Oh.
how small were they?
Smaller. But I think by the time I graduated, there was only like 12, 13 of us
Oh, okay.
in my
They
in
got
my
through.
class. Yeah, so people kind of drop out.
Right.
It's pretty small, but
How many people would start?
Oh, the classes can be bigger, like 25, but it's still like a high school kind of vibe. But I ended up loving it because and I think because I was a bit older as well, you become like friends with your lecturers and like,
Right.
I don't know, you build really good relationships with them and
You're probably thinking about it a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
When I was studying and I was younger, I was kind of like, I treated my lecturers more as teachers.
yeah.
Yeah. And teachers have like a negative connotation in terms of being cool, so to speak,
What teachers aren't cool.
Yeah, teachers aren't cool when I'm at school, That's why I was like, no, they're not fucking teachers.
Oh, teacher's pet.
Yeah. Some people go for that. But I was definitely kind of like, ugh.
Even at
And I was
uni.
maybe even at the start, probably.
Yeah.
I was probably also a little bit intimidated at uni.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. I mean, they always encourage class interaction and participation and whatnot.
That was me though. I was like not the mature student because I was not that much older, but like I'd hate those awkward silences when the teacher would ask everyone, and so I'd end up saying
You'd go
something
for it.
just
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
because
Just
I
to
felt
drop it
sorry
out.
for the teacher.
Yeah. Well, at when I was studying in America, they do give you a percentage for participation. Yeah. Well, just for turning, they do attendance as well.
Yeah.
So it's like 10% for attendance.
Really?
And then like another 5-10% for participation. They
Interesting.
just give you their mark on it.
Yeah.
But 70%'s a pass over there, a C over there, C minus.
Whoa.
But it's not harder. It's
Interesting.
like, it's better
I
off
guess if you're
thinking
getting
of it
10
just-
from attendance and no, what'd you say?
Yeah, well, 10. Yeah, well, that's 20 right there. So
Yeah.
50. But it's easier. I found it easier over there than it was at Otago.
Yeah.
Even.
Did you study music when you were over there?
I studied,
Weren't you doing?
I did 2 music papers, 2 history papers, and 2 classics papers.
Oh yeah.
So I got a bit of everything.
What's your degree though? Did you do a
I did
minor and
no, I did a dip grade, diploma for a graduate.
That's right.
Yeah,
So that's
I got
kind of
the
why you went
bachelor.
over, eh?
Yeah, that's pretty much why. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I did the dip grad.
To
I wanted to
do
go on
the
exchange.
Yeah, nice.
And that's actually a really good way to do an exchange, I'd say, because your paper selection is not strict. Like they weren't strict on what
True.
papers I was allowed to pick.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's your third year of study, there's only certain papers that you can count back
Yeah.
towards your degree. But I could count back everything I did over there.
Yeah.
They were chill with that.
And isn't it just you get like it doesn't really matter what your grade is because on an
Nah,
exchange it's just
yeah.
like a pass, right?
It doesn't matter at all.
I guess that's kind of cool.
But it is like it's still good to get good grades, you know.
Yeah.
It's always good to get good grades.
All right, Mum.
Hey, always try your best, Phoebes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Actually, oh no, don't worry. I was going to go off on another tangent.
Go on. Hit us with a tangy.
My friend told me about this thing called the 4 agreements.
The 4 agreements.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Now I'm going to have to remember them.
Google might know. Hey, Google.
Oh,
What are the 4 agreements?
holy shit.
According to Google Books, in The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering.
Is that right?
Yeah, but where's that coming from?
Oh, it's magic.
Do one of those Google Home things.
Brogan does. Old mate Glencoe.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, can you see it? It's just, see that microphone there? That's it, just beside it.
Oh,
You just go, hey Google, how you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. What can I help you with?
Nah, you're right, mate.
should I go through them?
Go.
So the first one's so as the Google,
Was that what? Was
well,
that
that's the
right thing?
idea.
I
of it.
also
It's
need
like,
to know which device to use. Try saying that again and
back
include
off.
the device's name.
Hey Google.
Before I go,
Shut up.
I'd like to know how satisfied you are with that last experience.
Uh,
How would you rate it if one's the worst and five's the best?
all right, mate. Why don't you do?
Talk about tangents.
Why don't you do-
Hey Google, shut up.
Why don't you do a podcast with Google? It'd actually be quite funny. Yeah.
He does jokes and you can play games with him.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
But yeah, so the idea is that kind of like, what's making us unhappy and stuff, etc. Anyway, so the 4 agreements. Number 1, always be impeccable with your word. So like, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, and avoid using the word to like speak negatively or to harm other people.
Okay.
Second, don't take anything personally.
Right.
I take everything personally.
Don't take anything personally.
Yeah, it was like nothing others do is because of you. When others say and do.
I feel like it can be though.
But is it though?
Right? Some people.
Or is that just how you... Oh, shit.
What do you reckon?
Well, like...
You don't reckon that anything anyone ever does
This
is
is
because
of
them?
you.
What about like your parents?
Yeah, but isn't it ultimately to serve themselves?
Like
Make them feel good. Do you know what I mean?
just
Like,
to make them feel better
or
about
like
themselves.
you're always doing what you... Oh, actually, that's a bit of a mind boggle. I might have to think
But
about
that's
that.
a tough one. That is a tough one.
What says...
We'll go through all
It
4
says
and then we'll talk about
what
it.
others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. That kind of makes it make sense.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, number
Next one.
3, don't make assumptions,
Right.
which I also always assume
I think
everything.
we're all guilty.
Yeah.
We're all guilty.
And 4, always do your best.
Always do your best.
So if you live by the 4 agreements, then you'll be a happy chappy.
I mean, it's similar. So that's a book, yeah?
Oh, I've forgotten the name of the guy because I
Google said it, but I can't remember what he said.
Yeah. But I actually want to read the book.
Right. It sounds like it's just another
It's-
self-help book.
Yeah. It comes in from all that kind
They're the
of.
hit at the moment, I tell you.
Oh, it's trending.
The go. It's the go.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it almost stems from that kind of whole, almost like Buddhism, that kind of vibe.
You mean that? The
Well,
four
I
agreements
reckon
do?
some of those, like, I don't know. I did it.
I don't know a hell of a lot about Buddhism.
Neither, but
I know that one of the essential doctrines is life is suffering.
yeah, all that's pretty much. That's kind of sad, isn't it? I did a paper on Buddhism.
It's sad and it's not so sad.
anyway.
You did a paper on Buddhism?
Yeah, a summer school paper. This sums up my uni experience. We needed to get like student allowance or whatever over summer. So me and two of my mates enrolled in a summer school paper and we picked that one.
Do you like summer school?
It was pretty chill.
I liked summer school.
We had this guy, he's like this American guy, and he talked to us about Buddhism. I can't remember anything.
Buddhism.
Yeah, he's like Bodhidharma. I've got such a bad memory. Like, but it was interesting.
Yeah, hard. I did a little bit on Buddhism as well, but that was part of. It was a paper on death and rebirth, so it went through several different.
Interesting.
Doctrines. Yeah. Buddhism. Do you know Sam Harris?
Nah.
He's some public intellectual dude. He's pretty good. He's like an atheist and stuff, but he's hard up Buddhism as well.
Hard up Buddhism.
Yeah, he rates it. He reckons it's the one that nailed it the most.
Yeah.
Of the religions, but that's such a big claim. Like, how do you decide who
I
did
feel like,
this?
oh shit. But I wish. See, this is classic. I don't actually have the knowledge to like back up what I want to say, which is annoying.
Well, because it's such an expansive subject.
But it's a lot about like the South, whereas you know whereas you're not. Well, I guess they worship. I should know this, but like it's not like following God. I don't know anything about religion, so I should just stop.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Religion is just one of those really tough things.
I kind of wish I knew a bit. Like a lot of my friends a lot of them went to Cabinet College, a Catholic school, and so like they just talk casually about like different. I mean, obviously it's Catholicism.
Yeah. I don't know.
Embarrassing, eh?
Christianity.
Anyway, I don't know anything.
I read this book. History of religious ideas. That's pretty cool. But this started
from the Stone Age.
Yeah, right from the start, and it just kind of goes through how religion transformed and stuff.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of cool.
Similarities. So it's pretty cool. There's 3 volumes of this bad boy.
Woohoo!
So,
strap in.
I know. I mean, they're all the pages that I thought were interesting.
Oh wow!
So, or something worthy of coming back to. But honestly, it's quite tedious reading.
I know. Yeah, often shit like that is though.
But it is like you read it and you're also like, whoa, that's a crazy idea, and I can totally see where that came from.
I'm going to start my own religion.
People do, man.
Scientology.
Do. Yeah, I don't know anything about that either.
Do you read heavy books like that often, like big thinking books?
Well, at the moment, I'm just working my way through a reading list from that Jordan Peterson guy.
Yeah.
So I've just been ticking them off. I'm reading this one at the moment, Demons.
Interesting.
That's a novel, but
is that product placement?
Product placement, yeah. It's my book at the moment. Guys,
check this one out.
So I've just been nutting my way through that. So I don't know what my favorite type of books are because I didn't really get into reading until last year.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I only read when I had to at uni before that. But now I'm kind of doing it because I don't know. It's good to get away from a screen.
Shit,
for one,
yes.
And it feels like it's good for me, like the process of reading and the information I'm collecting.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Apparently it's good for you in general.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny as well, like, because it's one of my like. I don't like saying goals for this year, but like something I was kind of mindful about. I wanted to read more. Yeah.
I've got a goal. I set a goal to try to do an hour a day.
Oh, that's good.
I don't really succeed. I normally get half an hour done.
Yeah,
at least.
that's really good. I never really think of that's cool. Putting an actual what do you call that? Like a thing to it.
So it's measurable.
Yeah, Yeah.
Smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time bound.
Yeah.
That's the manager in me coming out.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm all about the goals.
But I find like and it coincides with the screen, because that was another thing. I wanted to spend less time on my phone, and I deleted Instagram for a bit, got it back, and then actually just deleted it again the other day because I was like, I don't know, it's so hard. Like
back to it.
Yeah, but anyway, when I'm reading, I notice that my attention span's like it's not that good, and you're thinking, or you just like pick up your phone. I like read on the tram on the way to work, and I'll be reading, but then I'll like check my phone. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, it's a tough one, the whole phone dilemma. if you could say that. Because a lot of people just think that it's making life easier as well, which it is in ways.
It has,
But
yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good
Good
thing.
thing. I know.
That it's making it easier. Like maybe it's making us think life's easier than what it is.
But then life changes with technology, so everything changes
But
together, right?
it's changing too fast.
Oh,
It's
slow
not-
down.
it's not adaptable because it's
Yeah.
changing so fast. And there's I think it's Moore's law or something, but it's technology has just been like doubling
Yeah, because I guess
over time
Yeah.
for so long, and it's at a point now when it's doubling over the year in terms of what computing power and whatnot.
it blows my mind, that kind of stuff.
That's scary. It freaks me out. I pretty much talk about it on every podcast.
No, but it is such a huge thing, and I know it's something that I think about heaps. But then I'm also you're a part of it, whether you want to be or not.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
know.
Even
You almost have to be.
yeah,
as well.
exactly. It's funny, like now whenever I am with my parents, I notice how much more because you know how it started, like kids on their phones, but now
Yeah.
like your parents are on Instagram, they've got
Yeah.
Snapchat, like just phone all
They're
the
just
time.
full
And
on
mum,
falling into the
she
game.
used to talk to me and would get annoyed because I'll be on my phone, and now I'm trying to talk to her and she's just on her phone,
Yeah.
like straight up ignoring me.
Yeah.
It's bloody rude.
It sucks, eh?
Phones down. Friends
Payback
around,
from them,
phones
I
down.
guess.
I know, but it just goes to show that, like, yeah, everyone.
Well, I'm going to try do first week of every month.
Or
Uh,
detox?
No
Oh, sorry.
phone for a week.
Nah, how can you do that?
I did it once because I lost my phone
Oh, yeah.
for a week, just over a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, this feels pretty mean, eh? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
so
just not
you
being
feel
reliant on something
liberated.
else. Yeah. And I don't know, I just want to, I might try. I'm still deciding whether I want to do that or not because it's kind of crucial for phone calls and maps.
Well, I guess if
and-
you could you use it? Could you have it and just use it for those things you need it?
No, that wouldn't
Is it-
work.
Okay, all right.
I think it'd be better just to go full blown. Nothing.
Caveman.
Caveman days.
Well, before I moved to Melbourne, I reckon I had a little, like a little, you can't see what I'm
we
doing.
shit phone.
Yeah, for,
Like a Nokia brick.
yeah, but it was all had a camera. Not that I ever used it. I know. But I had that for like, when did my phone break? Almost a year.
Okay.
Actually, though, I did have my friend's iPod Touch, which I use for music, and I had Instagram on it. So, but it was not like
Sneaky.
it didn't have data on it, so like I could
Oh,
use it
yeah.
at home. But and so when I
Well,
moved here, I got a
Data's
phone.
such a big game changer.
Oh my god, I just got this new data plan. I'm telling everybody about it. So even when I moved to Australia and I paid $40 a month and was getting 15 gigs of data, which was massive because back home I
much,
had
yeah.
1.5, and that was like enough. So I was like, oh, 15 gigs, I can, And then just a few weeks ago, they did this special, and I'm still paying $40. I might have already told you this. $40 a month for 80 gigs of data. I have told you
Yeah,
this.
you told me that.
Sorry.
80 gig. Oh, that's all good, man. Share the good news.
But it's just like ridiculous.
It's enabling constant connectivity to
Yeah,
everything.
I
you
know.
Like, why would you need to turn it off? It's no worries. I think in Vietnam they do something like you buy your SIM and then you have unlimited data forever.
Shit.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because that is realistically, that is all you need. You don't even need a number or anything. If you have
Data, yeah.
you can.
I know. I
Contacts.
don't really text or call.
It's moving to Messenger a lot more and
I
stuff. eh?
know.
Or do you use any other?
No,
like
I would
WhatsApp or
prefer to
something?
use WhatsApp. I only use WhatsApp with one of my friends.
Right.
But everyone's on Messenger, and I actually would
Everyone's
prefer to
on Messenger.
text. But everyone, like
Yes.
one of my
understand.
friends, I sometimes will text her, and she replies on Messenger.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, fine.
But some people have it all connected as well.
Yeah.
But I suppose the Messenger thing is, it's got the scene as
Yeah,
well.
the old
So,
scene,
yeah.
eh?
You can't get out of it now.
Breaking hearts all over the world.
But you can do the old seen unseen. It comes up as a notification.
What do you mean?
Say if I message you,
Yeah.
it'll come up as a notification on in your notification center.
Saying what?
I'll just say the message, but you
Yeah.
haven't opened the message, so
Oh.
it isn't.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
haven't-
often do
I
that.
haven't seen that you've seen.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you've seen,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's unseen.
I always
seen.
do that, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
The trouble of Messenger. Anyway, we did have a break.
Yeah.
We're getting clouded.
Yeah, I
With
don't
this
even know.
bloody phone chat. A few tangies. We'll come back for some more Melbourne chat, I reckon. We need to get some more residential updates from
Okay.
the east.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice.
recommended tune?
Ugh. Okay. I'll go with one of my faves. Do you know King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
I know King Gizzy and the Lizzy
Yeah.
Wizzy.
Their song Sense.
Sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's one of their more
Are they
mellow
from
ones.
Melbourne?
They're Australia. I don't know if it's Melbourne.
I'm not too sure either. I think they're playing here soon.
They are, but tickets are like, shouldn't say this if they ever listen. Hey guys, $80.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think they're
oh,
pretty big.
They are. I
So you
thought
got to
that,
value it.
I
at
know.
what the
I saw them
demand
at
is
Falls actually over New Year's.
Oh,
It was
sick.
hectic in a real young crowd, and it was just like pretty intense.
Yeah,
Lots
Fools.
of moshing.
We'll
anyway.
talk about Fools.
Okay, all right.
Okay. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Sense?
Sense.
Sense. Right. We're back with you in a tick. Have a listen. And we're back. Thanks for that tune, Phoebes. Really buzzed out to that one. They're a trippy little band, eh?
Yeah.
I find that they just kind of sit on one thing and just do it over and over again.
Rattlesnake, rattlesnake.
Just say that. That's all you
Yeah.
need. One word.
Yeah.
Get away with
They're
it.
pretty crazy.
Okay. We start part 2 off with a little segment called Curious Questions.
Ah.
Okay, here's the curious question. You're fleeing to populate a new planet. Okay?
Okay.
You can only take one profession with you, like one group of people that has a certain profession. Which one? What profession do you populate a planet with?
Oh my god. That is such a hard question.
Yeah, there's a lot of answers.
Immediately, I wanted to say like medical
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that would be like the obvious.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Could you say like academics? That's not really. It's everyone.
Like lecturers or something.
Like teachers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tough. I'm trying to think of what else would be a go. Depends what type of planet you want to make, I guess.
Yeah. What are we going?
I mean, it's not like when these professionals reproduce. It's not like their kids are all going to be the same
Yeah.
profession.
Well, that's why I said like.
They're still going to have to make a society
I
of.
was thinking like teachers, but
You know, I'm going to probably take someone. I probably wouldn't go medical because I feel like you want someone who's creative, kind of.
I know. Yeah, and like a bit more. Although medical's hard because it's so big. It's such a big.
Yeah, yeah.
Because does that come into like psychology and all of that?
Totally.
Creative, yeah.
I don't know which
Bunch of
one
artists.
though. I don't know what if I had to pick a certain artistic discipline. I don't know which one I'd go for. Music.
You heard it here first.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Where do you come up with these questions?
It's an app.
Oh,
Yeah, curious questions.
yeah,
It's
that's
got
a
like
toughie.
400 questions on it. I'm going to be biased and just say musicians. You know,
Hey guys, comment below. You're
you could have some mean jam sessions.
yeah, fuck yeah.
What
good
would
gigs.
you guys do?
Yeah. Yeah, let us know in the comments below.
Anyway, okay. We want to get to know what you think about Melbourne.
Oh,
You've had a year to assess it.
Yeah, true.
You're still here. You're planning
I
on
am.
staying for a bit.
It's funny, like I don't feel. Yeah, I guess so. It's pretty easy to live here.
Mm-hmm. How does it compare to Dunners and Wally, I guess?
Like a lot more happening. Dunedin is cool, but it's pretty small, and I think you need to get out of there. You know, you need to go see something
Yeah,
else.
It's a spider web. You can get stuck
Shit, yeah.
there.
People do like
Yeah.
which whatever.
Same as Cleveland. Same as everywhere, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. But yeah, it's funny when people are always like, "How are you enjoying Melbourne?" Like, oh. And I don't know. I guess I like it.
Yeah. What's some of the things you like? Maybe 3 things you like?
Oh, okay.
I'm a big on the 3.
Yeah. What do I like?
In order if you can as well. What's your favourite thing about Melbourne?
Whoa. I don't know if it's one thing, but I think it's such a it's a really diverse place, I guess.
The diversity.
Maybe, yeah, like culturally.
What do you mean by
and-
that
well,
then?
I guess there's just heaps going on. So that's kind of hard. I'm kind of lumping
heaps of
everything
people.
together. Yeah. So you get a lot of different cultures, and just like with that I guess comes different everything, different food, different different types of music, different art, different
Yeah. Especially on the artistic side.
yeah.
then.
Well, that's probably what like I like its creativity, like, and that's everything like art, design, music.
Yeah,
like
right. So, in particular,
what I like.
diversity across art disciplines then.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I feel like that's where the
That's-
most diversity
is-
culturally is,
Yeah.
I reckon, across
Yeah,
artistic
for sure.
disciplines.
Um,
There's still similarities as well,
yeah.
obviously. But yeah, well, what else? If you've got the diversity, the cultural diversity, I guess you would class that as.
What do I like? I liked the summer, which we've already talked about. the
Summer,
warmth,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, that's cool.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it is just like kind of setting your life up in a new place. I know it's not really answering the question, but just like living somewhere new.
The whole,
Like I've liked
the change
that.
thing.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Because you kind of have to like start again almost, like
Create a home away from
yeah.
home.
And I
Mm.
definitely feel like it's my home now.
You know how you lived in Wellington. How did it compare moving from Dunedin to Wellington
Mm.
and then from Dunedin to here? Like, what was the psychology going on with both changes?
Yeah, I guess when I was younger and left Dunedin to Wellington, I was like excited, and because you're at uni with everyone else who's in first year, you're all in the same boat, and
Yeah.
it was way easier
Buzzing.
to get chucked in with everybody, and you like bond and get
Yeah.
drunk and stuff. So
Yeah.
like you're all best friends, and then coming here like after studying and like actually having to like get a job and like
You're not all on the same boat.
yeah, and it's been, I guess I knew a few people here, and a couple more friends have like moved over and stuff, but it's actually way harder to meet people and stuff. And I'm probably not like a super like outgoing,
Extroverted.
yeah,
Mm.
like I am once you get to know me, but like
Yeah.
in terms of meeting people. So like that's definitely like
Yeah, I've found it harder to meet people as
Yeah.
well.
And
you
even-
you almost pull back once you find a certain group. I've found just kind of
I
take
know,
that.
I
It's like,
know,
I'm
and
taking my cards.
I know, and I think like I was like, okay, this is cool, like new opportunities. Like I still want to, I often struggle and feel like I don't know heaps of. This isn't like shaming on my friends or anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
I used to struggle with feeling like I didn't have heaps of like super like-minded friends or
I was the
something.
same.
Yeah,
I never really had
yeah,
like I didn't have a vast group of musicians in my
Yeah.
friend group. You know,
yeah, and that kind of
that was
stuff
the main.
that you're like passionate about.
Yeah.
I always felt like I was like, oh, I don't really have that, and then I was like, oh, this is a chance to like because you meet friends throughout
that.
uni and school and stuff, and some of my best friends are people I've known through school and from uni. But so then it's like this next chapter, you're going to meet people, and it's kind of like, oh, I haven't really met heaps of people, but I'm also like, oh, it's all good now.
Yeah.
You get comfortable, I guess.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Well, you probably search for comfort as well.
Yeah.
When you're making a change like that,
Definitely, yeah.
and you find comfort in, hanging out with people. Because I don't know what's your main group consist of? Are they Kiwis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same.
I love them.
Yeah. I don't know. Like even the other day at jiu-jitsu, I met a Kiwi, and I
Yeah.
just automatically
Gravitate.
felt yeah,
Funny,
something to bond over.
it is, definitely. And like before I moved here, I kind of just thought Australians and Kiwis were quite similar, but we're quite different. Like I find,
What do you
oh,
think of the
maybe it
differences?
depends. Like sometimes I find the humour's different.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
like just their and even just like their interpretation of New Zealand. But then I also guess like I maybe didn't know heaps about Australia, but because our countries are so close together, you kind of just think of us as being like brothers or whatever, siblings. But then,
I find
I don't
that
know.
I think New Zealanders think more about Australia
Then
than Australians
hard
think about
out, yeah,
New Zealand, which
definitely.
makes so much sense.
I know. But I get gutted when they're like, oh, no, I've never been to New Zealand, or like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, or ask stupid questions. I get really upset.
Just don't know anything about
Yeah.
it. I feel like we know a bit more about Aussie, but
Yeah, of course we do.
in the same way that New Zealand's just a small country,
It
no
is.
one
No one
knows
gives
shit
a
about
shit.
us.
But I'm like,
It's like Fiji and Tonga and stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably the people who are like, whoa, New Zealand. And we know
Yeah.
fuck all about them, to be fair, you know?
Yeah.
Like, go there for a holiday.
It's funny though, yeah, there's so many, like the first job I actually moved here for was run, the girl who started it, she's a Kiwi, and so there was 3 of us were 3 of the 4, I don't know, we were all Kiwis, and then the job I'm at now, they've all actually left, but when I started, so it was the 2 owners are Australian, and then there was 4 of us, and we were all originally from New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like
What were the chances?
we're everywhere, and I feel like you do just like,
Do find them everywhere, eh? In the corners.
Yeah.
Kiwis and Melbs.
taking over. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. What about living, like objectively, the standard, the costs, the food, the transport, all that jazz?
I feel like it's expensive to live, but it also doesn't have to be. Probably depends where you want to be. Like
Yeah.
you're further up from the city, so it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. It's
But,
pretty cheap out here.
Yeah, so I pay like. Oh, but then even some of my friends back home in Wellington and Auckland
They're
are paying
climbing.
almost the same.
It's bloody climbing, eh?
Yeah. But I guess the idea is you're meant to get paid better over here, which I think that depends what you're doing, because
I think as a rule of thumb, you do get paid
you do
better
get
out
paid
here.
better. Yeah, I don't know. I think actually that's probably something I like living in a big city, like public transport. It can be a pain in the ass, but also like the freedom of not having a car. So, you can just like go to the pub and like have 1 beer or have
Yeah.
5 beers, and like driving's not like a
Just
problem.
one less thing to worry about.
Yeah,
eh?
I quite like that. Yeah, it's a
be
fun
fair,
way
I
to
don't have a
live.
car, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true. But like, back home in Dunedin, especially when I was like living at home for the last like year or 2, and it's only like a 10-minute drive into town, and so but it's always that awkward, like, oh, do I want to like have a big night, or am I
Yeah.
driving? And then but a taxi home, even though it's only 10 minutes, is going to cost me like $30, Oof.
out in
And
the old peninsula.
yeah,
If you get a taxi home there, do you have to get dropped at the bottom, or do they?
they do. Some of them drive up, some of them
Ah.
kick up an absolute fuss. But it's concreted now, the driveway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I haven't been there for a while, I
Yeah.
guess.
a couple of years.
Oh yeah. What about food here? Like going out for food.
Oh.
Have you experimented much with that?
Yeah. There's heaps.
There's heaps.
Like kind of almost
It's food, eh?
yeah. Can be
Have you had
the word?
a highlight?
I like ramen, so I've had some good ramen.
Is there a specific place or?
Mircea Sake and Ramen Bar in Brunswick on
Right.
Sydney Road.
Right.
So good. Ethiopian food. Have you, have you
yeah, I had
that?
I had that
You're
once
out,
here.
yeah. I feel like actually I came out to Footscray and went to
That's where I got
Bar
mine,
Africa
yeah.
or the Africa or
Oh, it
African?
might have been. That might have been.
It's on the
one I went
corner.
to.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good.
But Northcote, there's a restaurant called Misob, Ethiopian, and it's so good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's eat with your hands.
Oh yeah. Anything else
Bit of
notable?
fun. I
Bit
don't
of
know.
fun.
There's heat. I don't know. What else? What do you
I
want?
feel like I reckon it's just there's everything.
Yeah, exactly. It can be paralyzing. There's like too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I always just
choice.
type in cheap food near
Yeah,
me
classic.
on Google.
Eats under $10.
Yeah. Hard.
One thing I do find is like alcohol's really expensive, or maybe it's because I don't seem to we don't drink at our houses. We go out to the pub.
Yeah.
Pints are like $13
Yeah.
for average beer as well. Like it's not always like a nice fancy one.
Yeah. The prices of beer in particular.
When I first moved here, I was shocked.
yeah.
Now I guess I'm just used to it.
You got to find your guilty pleasures with alcohol because goon, cheap as fuck. But, I mean, it's not for everyone. But even a bottle of wine is still pretty cheap, really.
Yeah, you can get cheap wine, eh? I drink too much beer.
I found some cheap beer at Aldi.
Oh, yeah?
Remember that stuff that we bought around? Rivets?
Yeah, holding that big, yeah.
Yeah, the big one. That was, the big... I drink a lot. Not at the moment. But yeah, alcohol out is really expensive, eh? I'm not about that, though. We don't really fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
We have a place down the road.
Good way to waste your money.
Yeah. High Point Hotel that does $6 pints.
Shit, that's good. Funny as well, like, because you know how sometimes it's like you're just with your group of friends and like hardly ever do my group of friends and I meet people at a bar and like start talking to them. But for some reason you just want to like be amongst other people at a bar.
Yeah,
like, why can we not?
You stay in your groups, but you go to a place where all the groups can be.
Yeah. Although like in summer drinking in the park was cool. Because it's like warm, so you just like buy your own beers or whatever and
that is cool.
Get out in the sun.
Well, we need to infiltrate groups then.
Yeah.
You just start jamming in there at the old beer gardens. G'day.
Hey guys, yeah. Multiplier.
Phoebe.
Like,
My pussy.
Can you imagine me?
I'm humble though.
Shit. What do you like about Melbourne? Do you like Melbourne?
Yeah, I like Melbourne. I'm stoked with how cheap I've got it here. I pay $130 with all bills included, so
crazy.
that is like better than Dunedin, you know.
Very good.
And this is like not a bad little spot. 30 minutes from town, jackpot, really.
30 minutes into the city.
Yeah, on
That's
PT.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's all good. What else do I like? Yeah, I like that there's a fuckload of live music here
Yeah.
every night of the week. It's
That's
the live
something-
music capital.
That's why that was like one of the reasons I like wanted to come. Well, when I got here, I was like, I'm going to go to so many gigs and see so much music. And I haven't done it as much as which is classic. Want to, but
Well, I'm at gigs every Wednesday night. Come
why
join
Wednesday?
me. I don't know. That's just the night that
The
I like
night.
to do it because I work. That's my one full day,
Yeah.
and then I finish and I'm like, I'm gonna
Party.
go to the gig.
So good, eh? I need to do it more because that's like when I'm one of the time, I'm my happiest, I reckon.
Yeah, no, live music's
Yeah, that's where it's at.
special. There's bad bands around as well.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
There's actually I found that there's probably more here than back home.
More
I
bad
think
bands. Is that just
yeah.
because there's more bands, though?
I don't know. Probably, but I also feel like Kiwi musicians are a bit more self-conscious of
I
the
was
music.
just going to say,
A bit more like critical there and stuff. Like, no, it's not even good. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even good.
That's something
Whereas
I-
people here are just like,
I'm awesome.
I like to sing.
Yeah. And you bet I'm going to bloody sing.
And then you hear some people like,
That's something that's like a big difference between New Zealanders and Australians, though. I reckon we're so like hard on ourselves and
tall poppy syndrome.
yeah, and like I always think I'm shit at everything, so I'll like talk down stuff and blah blah blah. But then whereas I feel like Australians can be. This is like general. I'm being quite general.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're way more confident, and then they kind of end up actually being shit.
Same as Americans, you know.
Yeah, I'm like nervous.
You know, both approaches have pros and cons, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
Because like thinking that you're not as good as you are makes you strive to be better as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're like, well, I'm not very good at that, I could be better at that, then you've already set up the grounds of like, okay, how do I get better at that?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're too confident, you might just stagnate and stay there.
But then you also miss out on opportunities because
Totally.
you can't like
You don't think
sell
you're ready
yourself.
or something.
Or
Yeah. So there's pros and cons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
The confidence thing. But I mean, like you're saying, that's very general talk as well.
What kind of places do you go to gigs at? Like where are your
A
spots?
lot out east, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the spots. Fitzroy, Brunswick. What's the other areas out there? I don't know them by name.
Yeah.
Northcote.
Yeah, Northcote Social Club.
Collingwood has a coupley.
Yeah.
Clifton Hill has a coupley.
Yeah.
Mainly out those ways, eh? Brunswick and Fitzroy in particular.
Actually, I'm going to. Do you know Lord Echo?
No.
He's like, I feel like he was in. I don't know his actual name. I don't know if it's the Black Seeds or like Fly My Pretties. And he's
Pretty much the same thing.
yeah, we'll just roll with that. So he's kind of like, I don't want to say DJ either.
Is he a solo project though? Or
No, he's got that chick who's in from Kiwi band kind of.
yeah, Lord Echo.
Yeah, he's real cool. Anyway, he's playing tomorrow night at the Howler. You know the Howler in Brunswick?
Yeah, Howell's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
How much was that?
It was $50.
Ooh,
Because I saw him for free last year at Music Melbourne Month or whatever. Melbourne Music Month.
Music Week.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah.
At White Hart Lane? No, shit, I don't know.
AC/DC?
No. Somewhere in the city.
The memory's failing.
Oh, I'm bad, eh? It was a free gig though
bad too.
then, and it was sick.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
get around
cool.
those free gigs. I feel like the thing with when gigs cost more, they automatically, for me, I have a higher expectation.
Yeah.
So like, it could be the same band that's got a $20 gig and a $10 gig, but I go to the $20 gig and I might rate them like a 6 out of 10, and then I go to the $10 gig and I'll give them, they do the exact same set or something, and I'll give them a 7 just because the $20, like, they've valued themselves too high, kind of, you know? I'm like, no, not 20.
My money's worth.
Not 20.
Not on my watch.
And a Norman.
RIP.
Yeah, indeed. On that note, death.
Is there anything you don't want to talk about? No.
Yeah, no, that was an interesting one. Death's a weird one for sure. That was you hadn't been to many funerals, eh?
That was my first funeral.
First funeral. Well, our granddad just recently died, so he jumped back over the old cuzzie.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, it was pretty cool to have all the cousins together.
It was really
that would have
cool.
been. I was trying to figure it out.
I know. I reckon years. Because like Seamus is never there.
Well, one of us was never there.
Yeah, true.
You know.
I want to go as far as to say like, I don't like even would I have been in high school? I don't know, or is it not that long? I feel like there was a Christmas. No, but there's always someone missing.
There's always someone missing.
Anyway,
but
there's only 9 of us.
That's always one of the positive things about a funeral.
Yeah,
I reckon, like just the
bringing
the coming together thing.
Yeah,
it gives a purpose to come together, and even though it's a sad occasion, like everyone's kind of in good spirits. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's kind of contradictory.
It probably also depends on the death.
It does,
like, especially with like Granddad. He was old. You know, it was like probably his time to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas I imagine it'll be different if it was like.
Well, that's interesting though, because when I went to one of my mates' funerals, Caleb, he died of cancer young.
Yeah.
And although a horrible occasion, obviously, but you know, it was still everyone's getting on, you know? Like everyone's when you come together, there's no like bullshit bickering or bullshit arguments, I feel like. On the most part.
Well, yeah.
But then a lot of people are touchy as well, and you know, alcohol can fuck with that too, bring out the darker side of it.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, what'd you think of a funeral? Trippy?
It was. I had moments where I was like looking at the coffin. I was like, "Oh, Granddad's in there."
There's a person in there.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
an experience.
It was. I don't know.
Hard to explain, isn't it? Because I don't know. When I was sitting there, I found the hardest part for me is when the people you know start talking about it. You know, like when Dad and your mum and Linda were talking about it.
I know, and when Mum like started crying, I was like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah. They're the real tearjerkers, aren't they? Yeah.
And like Gran saying goodbye. That was
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Gran.
Yeah, does Gran listen to this?
I don't.
Hey, Gran.
I don't know.
You didn't message me back.
She's missing this one. Come on, Gran. Anyway, yeah, shout out to Gran. Shout out to Granddad.
Yeah, she's great.
But yeah, that was cool to get everyone together.
Yeah.
But no one stayed and got drunk with us. What was that about? Me and Dad just had to stay up and Finish a bottle of gin.
Oh,
Goose.
grim.
Yeah, that was all right there. Fuck, that was expensive trip.
Yeah.
Flights in general, though, from here to home,
Well, we can
they're
get
pretty
deals.
good. I just
Everyone-
booked some flights home in July, and it
Oh.
was like 300 return.
Shit, that's good. And Jetstar just did that. You book one and you get your return free. So Tess got
Hey,
booked flights home for like 180 return because she got the return one free.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not till like November,
Oh,
but still.
I seen that. I know the pilot was doing some
Yeah,
as well.
they do really good deals. They often you can get like or 300 return or even like 210. I've seen them 210 return.
Yeah, that's pretty mean. That's the other good thing about Melbourne. It's so close to home.
It is. Yeah, definitely.
Like when something like a funeral happens, it's not the fucking.
Yeah,
it's not impossible to go back.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a good safety net if something fucks out here.
Yeah,
That's why Melbourne appealed to me originally.
because it's not like the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I contemplated moving to America for a second,
yeah.
and then I was like, man, shit doesn't work out. Like, I know people in America, but
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's pretty harder.
they don't love me as much as my mum.
More auntie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, because I've been like thinking, I don't know, kind of thinking a bit like, do I want to go move somewhere else? Like while I'm away from New Zealand, do I want to go do other stuff before
Yeah.
like going? Because I think I'll go back there.
Yeah, yeah. I've thought about it too. Well, in particular, travel. You know,
Yeah.
that's always on my mind.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have a quick look at this. Hey team, we bloody ran out a bit of disk space there. We're clogging up. We're talking too much, Phoebe.
I'm
You're bloody
sorry.
Chin wagging.
I know.
I'll tell you. So we're just going to close out with the higher virtue test. See if we can sneak this in. So you just got option A and option B, and you just have to tell me which realm you live in more. Okay.
Okay.
So first one, OCD or hoard,
Or what?
hoarding. You know.
Oh. That's hard. I want to say OCD, but it might be hoard.
Which one? What do you reckon?
OCD.
Okay. Comfort or adventure?
Adventure.
Compassion or competition?
Compassion.
Harmony or honesty?
Oh. Harmony?
Group discussion or one-on-one discussion?
One-on-one.
Purpose or pleasure?
Oh, okay. That's a tricky one, isn't it?
That's what they're made for.
Purpose. What is your purpose? Pleasure? Oh.
You're locking in those lyrics? Pleasure?
Yeah, that's a tricky one. What even is that? Purpose.
Purpose or pleasure? You know? You could think-
Purpose.
Purpose? Okay. Happy and sad or content?
Happy and sad.
Question or answer?
Question.
Power to the individual or power to the group?
Fuck, these are tricky, aren't they?
Brain twisters.
Power to the group.
Yep. Yeah, and then last, correct. Nah.
What do I win?
Last one, yes or no?
Oh, is that the question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for
Oh.
that, Phoebes. High fives.
Ah.
Cool.
Oh.
Clocking out. We won't go too much longer, or else we're going to run